evening everyone, Kalla here, welcome to my live stream, glad you could make it today. So today we are returning to Love Limit, which we began during the Otome Game Festival last month. So last time, the blind date that our sister set us up on turned out to be an invading alien. And it turned out they took rather offense to the fact that we didn't actually go through with the date. So while we did save the world, initially, we still need to go on more dates with our boy Egen here. Hello Drag, hello Nick, how are you doing? Let's go grab our last save thing. Ah yes, we were doing the home date, right? Of all the things I do to relax, there are only a few that come to mind that are fun to do with another person. I guess watch something? Yeah. I point toward the living room. I typically watch something on the TV and chew through tons of snacks if I'm watching something good. Actually, I still polish off tons of snacks even if I'm watching something bad. I'm familiar with television. I've learned much from that invaluable tool. Why is he referring to the TV as if it's some reverend teacher who's taught him decades of sage advice? Although after spending so much time here, I doubt I'm destined to meet Goku, Luffy, or Naruto. Yes, because they're fictional, Egen! What? Egen, you... I chew my lips to keep myself from laughing. May I ask how exactly you studied Earth? Through decades of media consumption and Bandel's occasional nagging. Why? Goku, Luffy, and Naruto aren't real people. They're fictional. Made up. As my fleet remains untouched, and Andel hasn't catalogued a single Earthian with extraordinary anomalies, I suspected as much. Wait. What do you classify as an ordinary anomaly? Must we discuss Andel's research? It'd be better to ask him than have me poorly paraphrase it. It would certainly chew me out if I dared ask him, so... Yeah, let's not ask him. I'm greatly amused you thought those characters were real and came here anyway. Also, I guess that explains how he knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing could douse my desire to meet you. How can you say that with a straight face? Would altering my face shape give my words credence? I can't hold back anymore and start laughing. Egen's grin brings out the sprinkle of magenta in his eyes. Okay, let's get back on track. Here's how we'll spend the afternoon. I'll make our snacks, and since you know how to use a TV, why don't you pick what we watch? Egen nods and heads into the living room. I pivot towards the pantry. Okay, what do we have to munch on? About 20 minutes later, Egen and I lounge on the couch with the TV in front of us. He spent a while browsing various streaming services Lynn is subscribed to, and settled on a trending show with bright colours called Posterity Cleaning. It has a high rating compared to everything else. Let us observe if it's worthy or not. He turns up the volume and I stuff popcorn into my mouth as the show starts. We're down to the wire now. Only 3 minutes remain for our contestants. The opening shot shows a group of people frantically scrubbing and folding various fabrics, while others rush back to their tables. My shaking hands execute steps I've performed thousands of times. Everything I'd practiced and learned. A single spot remains for one of our contestants at Kirei Academy. But only those who present their fabrics to the judges have a shot at this. Fold, I can't mess up now. A young girl with vibrant lilac hair folds fabrics as if her life depends on it. All the garments on her table are startlingly shaped, and have jutting angles she's neatly tucking and folding. 2 minutes before the judges come by tables! Who will the spot belong to, everyone? Crisp. Clean. 30 seconds left. Lines. And that's time! Contestants, step away from your tables! The heroine steps back at attention as the shot zooms out. People at various tables collapse. Others throw their hands in the air. And our promising contestant who claimed a final spot at Kirei Academy is... A sheet billows across the shot, and instead we see the same lilac-haired girl staring up at a massive campus as the other students rush past her. I can do this! This is quite something. Yeah, it seems that was the establishing thing. I have no idea what's going on in this show. I'm as confused as I am intrigued. The moment the protagonist takes a step forward, another white sheet blows across her and we transition towards a bright blue sky. The show turns out to be about making different fabrics in the fashion industry and the importance of properly laundering the different materials. The protagonist, is that Tace Lasmin? Attends a prestigious textile engineering academy that has both laundry and fashion competitions. Apparently the school's goal is to give students an an irrevocable appreciation of how fabrics came to be. Honestly, it reads like an environmentalist piece disguised as a shoujo anime, but it's fun, so I give it a chance alongside Egen, who's genuinely engrossed. Yeah, it sounds like it's about fashion. Tace knows a lot about laundry and maintaining the longevity of different fabrics and materials. It was a sacred teaching in the rural, self-contained community she's from. She won herself a scholarship to the school after filling in for a friend at a competition they were supposed to participate in. I pity Clydia, since this was originally her spot, and I promised to do my best. Yeah! Tace runs into someone and the camera pans up from her view to a gorgeous and stylish young woman of clearly high class. She has fierce eyes. Oh, she's so pretty. That's what she'd say if she saw you too. toss my pillow at Egen. Hey, you! Where did you learn your manners? Didn't you know just who you've bumped into? I'm sorry. Tace falls silent as she stares at the beautiful girl. She admires how stylish she is. Or, as the camera eventually reveals, the quality of the fabric her clothes are made of. Hurry up and apologise! You're gawking at Raina... What on earth is that? That's a long surname. Belvedere? 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 Yeah, I think. You're gawking at Raina Belvedere, you know. Belvedere? Where have I heard that name before? Give it a rest, Alini, Nini. Her uniform doesn't have a single crest on it. She must have just transferred here. I'm so sorry. If you are, then look where you're going from now on. Archibald! A butler materializes beside the girl. Oh, he's fast. Reminds me of your guards. The sofa wiggles as Egen laughs. Yes, young miss? Help her up in my stead. Raina pivots and stalks away. Every step is elegantly animated. Don't you dare forget that Raina let a bumpkin like you go today. The two girls accompanying Raina rush after her. Meanwhile, Archibald the butler pulls Tace to her feet. I really hope I didn't make an enemy today. I have enough on my spool this school year. I appreciate her word choice. You would. The rest of the episode plays out with Tace finding her footing in school. Apparently, she's never been in a formal classroom, so she gets lost pretty often, and is incredibly socially inept with everyone she meets. Whoa, is that genuine bamboo? It is, but I never expected anyone to notice. I come from a long line of bamboo farmers. I would love to hear more. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce me to your family. Maybe I will if we get to know one another better. First, who are you? Tace Lasman. It's my first year here and my first time ever in a building like this. Nice to meet you, Tace. I'm Oratory, but people usually call me T. It's... Oh, is that T? I have regrets about, about... Wait a second, actually. Maybe I should really be changing the font. Can I read it now? Yes! Something I should have done a long time ago. The original font's so cool looking, but... Yeah, font options. Accessibility. It's lovely to meet you, T. If you don't mind, can we walk to class together? I'd love to. The fast friends find out they're in the same class. Though it's a funny coincidence after they spend the episode hopelessly lost on the massive campus. Turns out T is bad with directions. As a result, T and Tace keep running into Raina and her cronies. However, Tace is happy to discover that Raina is her senior by 1 grade. The more engrossed Egen and I get in the show, the less we chat. But simply existing next to him is nice. The opening arc of the show focuses on a design competition. Apparently students of all grades may enter, so Tace decides to. I'm eagerly anticipating Tace's talents. We don't know how talented she is. All she's done is be fascinated by materials. While preparing for the competition, Tace learns that Raina is popular for a multitude of reasons. The primary ones being that her family helped found the school and manages one of the largest fashion brands in the world. As such, Raina is an aspiring fashionista who yearns to know as much about textiles as possible. It's better to avoid her. People suck up to her thinking her family will hire them fresh out of school, but I doubt it. Is it so crazy that I'd like to become friends with Raina? What's crazy is you can't differentiate between dreams and illusions. Raina would never befriend you. T's expression sours as Raina's cronies interrupt with a bunch of other students. Did we hear that right, Bumpkin? You becoming friends with who? You better stay in your lane. Seriously, don't you two have some of Raina's trash to revere or something? Go away. But there's no law stating she and I can't be friends. You need influence to so much as breathe in the same air as her. I heard that last year the the heir of JQ Fashion offered an entire island while proposing, yet Raina declined. Would anyone want that? Sounds super impractical. They're of a different world from you, Bumpkin. Leave her. She survived on potatoes and rice all her life, so we can't expect her to understand. Doesn't everyone eat those to survive? See, it'd be a miracle for her to befriend Raina. Maybe Raina would do it. After all, you can write off charity work. Students surrounding them snicker. Whatever, let's just go, Tace. Have any of you tried, I don't know, treating Raina normally? She's just a person at the end of the day. It's just like a bumpkin to think being normal is how you woo anyone. Focus on your competition entry. Don't forget you'll be expelled if you lose your scholarship. I'm ready to throw you an extravagant going-away party when that day arrives. It's the least we can do, knowing how malnourished you'll be in the backwaters you're from. The students around them chortle and wheeze. Why, my heart's already breaking. Then, why is she smiling? Egen, they're making fun of her. Let's go, Alini. We can use this inspiration to win the competition. Toodles! However, despite rumours saying Raina's design is a sure win for the ceremonial competition, Tace wins instead when her design transforms, telling an entire story the second she washes it. I lost! People are mesmerised by Tace's work as they can't decode the message of it, and she refuses to elaborate on it to anyone. Her design is quite melancholic compared to her personality. You think so? And the colours she used remind me of homesickness. Egen leans forward. I believe your observation has merit. What's strange is that, despite Tace's victory, Raina is the least upset about it. She spends a ton of time in front of Tace's design. Now that they're rivals, the two of them push one another, suffering through wins, losses, and clashes of ideals as they showcase different techniques. These two have as many arguments as they do touching moments. That's a typical rivalry drama for you. Tace and Raina face off 5 more times, 4 of which Tace dominates, before she shockingly loses to Raina. Tace quietly leaves the after party for the victors and heads back alone to her dorm, only to run into Raina. You should be at the party! Why are you here instead? Is it to gloat? Your first design was an embodiment of yourself, wasn't it? It was a story about you and your family. How did you know that? The patterns you make, the colours you choose, they all pay homage to the place you're from. At first I thought it was a calling card, but it's a letter. An attempt to tell them where you are. Which leaves me wondering how exactly you got here, Tace. No way! How could she know that? I'm right, aren't I? And that's why you're making that face and why you're so desperately weaving your story into your works. At the climax of the plot, we discover Tace's secret, and Raina's. Raina's always been incredibly jaded by fashion. As to her, there's too much waste and disregard. The love of longevity has died. Meanwhile, Tace was separated from her family. She was sent away with several other children to pursue a better life among the changing times. So, what if you're right? I'll never reach them. Everything I've done up until now is just... it's all... If you say it's all worthless, I'm never going to forgive you. Your work brought colour back into my grey world, so don't you dare say anything bad about it. Egen and I are on the edge of our seats as the 2 girls exchange shouts and tears. You'll find them. No, I won't. You will, because I'll help you. What kind of person would I be if I didn't help my friend? Raina. Egen inclines his head. Please be friends for a long time, you two. Just friends? Come on, there's no way. Not with that level of devotion. Earthians must see things differently. Friendship often trumps romance on Onthon. Really? That's fascinating. Moved by Tace's story, the two become a duo and work together on Raina's graduation project. I never thought T's family would let us harvest from their fields. My family's done everything to get their materials. Raina tugs down her hat in the vast, beautiful cotton field she stands in with Tace. Things I should apologise for, come to think of it. If you've turned over a new leaf, I think that'll do. T always told me she wanted her family's materials to go towards a cause she believes in. The girls power through grueling months. Tace will model the outfit she helps Raina craft. Look at you! You finally stare straight ahead when you walk. Because I used to watch my shoes, but now I don't want to miss you. Tace, you've really changed. The date rapidly approaches and their competition for the ultimate graduation award is fierce. Usually, students can't leave campus or travel even when they're on break. Why does the Academy have such terrible rules? All Tace wants is the chance to reunite with her family. I'm fired up, but Egan's uncharacteristically silent. Fortunately, grads and their project partners are exempt from the Academy's no travel rule. Then, the day arrives. No matter what happens today, I'm proud that you were my partner through all of this, Tace. My only hope is that I won't be a burden to you. You never were. For so long, you've been my strength. Following a passionate hug, Raina steps out onto the stage. Her dream-filled footsteps stalk away as 2 other sets approach. Oh no, don't tell me! You think this is it, huh? That you've gotten everything you wanted? Alini and Nini stop before Taste backstage. Not only are you a bumpkin, you're also determined to be an eyesore. All I want to do is help Raina. And you can. Egen shoots off the couch and clutches his head when Alini shoves Tace. No, she has heroin ankles. What? How unseemly! It's unforgivable to injure another's competitor before a fair fight. Tace is wearing massive heels, and after the two goons wander off, she winces as she tries to stand. From beyond the curtains, Raina's finished her introductions. All Tace needs to do is walk through and show off the outfit she worked so hard on with Raina. I have no idea, Drag. I think the implication is, oh no, that someone has pushed the heroin over, so clearly she's fucked up her ankles. And now she's got to force herself through in pain, right? Tace tries to stand, but falls. Warrior Tace, you can't be defeated like this! The silent crowd begins to whisper as nobody comes through, despite Raina's words. I can't bear to watch the screen, and I don't want to miss the shining last moments of two brilliant young women. Tace tries to stand again, and despite all the wincing and tearing up, she gets to her feet. Her first step is a limp. There's a flashback to the moment she shared with Raina, when she mentioned she always looks forward now. Flashing lights blind me as much as they do Tace. She proceeds forward through the immense pain, but her gait isn't as picture-perfect as everyone else's before her. There, in the light, for her audience and us viewers, her imperfect self stands on the stage instead. She does the best she can, until Raina takes her hand and eases her burden. When they exit the stage following the ordeal, it's bitterly silent. The outfit they put together is a mess. The display of it on stage is even more so. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I ruined it. What are you talking about? You were amazing. That you were here at all, that I had anything to look forward to was the amazing part. Raina. I wanted to win so people could see your design, but we've still done that. I doubt there's anyone who wouldn't watch our spectacle. Have you seen us? We're breathtaking. Once Tace is seated, they embrace each other amidst tears and await the results. Well, of all the amazing talent we saw tonight, our judges and the audience engraved just one on their hearts. So it's with heartfelt glee that I welcome our winners, Raina Belvedere... I really hoped I didn't have to say that name again. Raina Belvedere and her model Tace Lasman back to the stage. Egen and I cheer like idiots in front of the television. I high-five him like it was our personal victory. Following their win, Tace can leave campus and travel with Raina to her hometown. Yeah, tongue twister of a name, exactly. It's hard enough to do tongue twister words in my own voice. However, crushingly, it's gone. No! I fought so hard! The land was bought up by massive conglomerates, and hideous factories stand in place of where Tace fondly grew up. Nothing's left but steel and concrete. She's devastated and loses all hope of reuniting with the family she left behind. The experience is enough for Rena to finally understand the destruction corporations have on people like Tace, and it spurs her into action. This isn't over, Tace. Don't give up hope, you hear me? I promise we'll find them. By the time Tace graduates, Rena has established herself. She returns to the school and starts a new brand together with Tace. They cast the brand worldwide, using Tace's old calling card in secret hopes of finding her family. The final shot of the series shows an older woman with features shockingly similar to Tace, tearing up as she holds a garment in an old thrift store. When she rushes out of the door and calls out to other family members, I sniffle. Egen dabs at his eyes and passes me tissues for mine. We're shoulder to shoulder on the sofa, using one another as support. It was oddly good for something I thought would be a complete joke. Considering they created fabrics for the bulk of the runtime and designed the remainder of it, quite. By the way, congratulations on successfully relaxing. Ah! I grin as Egen shakes his head. I was far too engrossed in their drama to completely relax. I felt as if I were with them. He has a mischievous smile, so I let out a fake groan. Guess we're watching another show. The horror. How long are we spending in front of the TV? If that show was an actual anime, would I watch it? I mean, it basically sounds like a fashion-themed battle anime. Well, not battle anime, like sports anime vibes, but with fashion instead of sports. I'd try it. Before I know it, the day's gone by. Once again, I've enjoyed my time with Egen enough that I lost track of the time. The glow of the moonlight coming in from the window holds the darkness of the living room at bay. Egan's comfortable on the couch under the blanket we're sharing. The comfortable rhythm of his breaths and the gentle heat of his skin are both so soothing that I'm afraid to call out to him. I don't want to break this tranquility. He must have hundreds of tasks that need his attention, yet I don't want to send him away. I wonder if this is how Lynn felt when our schedules didn't match when she attended school and I worked. No, it's not the same. I've only known Egen for 2 days. I shouldn't be this attached to him. Normal people don't do that. Yet normal people wouldn't have an alien invader trying to romance them in the first place. It seems like you're thinking about a lot. Oh, I guess? You were a lot closer before. What happened? I smartened up because I'm getting attached to you. But I can't exactly say that. Must be a more delicate way, especially since I'll remain on Earth. I shouldn't send him mixed signals. I got too hot. Don't mind me. Are you still hot? A little. Then would you come over? I'm freezing. You are? Wait here, I'll adjust the thermostat. I push off the couch, but I'm tugged backwards. I fall onto something warm and solid. Egan's beneath me. His arms enclose around me over the blanket. This will suffice. He's hotter than me. Almost feverishly so. I thought you said you were cold. I was. Your warming effect was instantaneous. He doesn't expect me to believe that, right? There's no way he was cold. Which means he pulled me over here because... I wonder what you're thinking. Unfortunately, I discovered some time ago that telepathy is a miserable talent to have. Have you been reading my mind these past few days? No. I had Andel seal away all our technology that allows such things. I'm curious because your expression is so serious. Well, don't be. I was wondering if you had a good day is all. I did. It was fantastic once I overcame my unease. Now, what were you really thinking about? That was all. I see. Then I shall believe you. Once is a fluke, twice is the truth. That's such an odd phrase. I suppose it is, but it's a personal philosophy I've followed all my life. As I'm doing well, there's no need to change it. His hand strokes my lower back. Say, what do you think you'll do after you leave this planet? Miss you? Hey, serious answers only. We've known each other for 2 days. It could have been 2 minutes, and I'd say the same. If I recall, I did as much following our first duel. Whatever you ate that made you so weird, you ought to avoid it from now on. He laughs, but it doesn't last as long as usual. His crimson eyes dull. When I leave, I need to secure the throne. Aren't you going to go home? I haven't been home in so long that I may accidentally conquer it without knowing it's Ornthon. Are you serious? If I want to go home, I have to win. Otherwise, my parents will send me out again. My heart aches. Why do you look so troubled? Because you just divulged something unbelievably sad. Is sad the term for it? When I originally departed, I was furious. Who wouldn't be? How old were you when they tossed you out into the vastness of space? I won't say. I think you'll look sadder, and I'd prefer to see you smile. So the answer is a 1-digit number, then. Got it. His palm comes up and caresses my cheek. Goosebumps travel down my arms. Don't be sad. It's the first law I'll change once I'm ruler of Ornthon. If you have something that important to do, you shouldn't be hanging around with me. I'm nobody. I'd appreciate it if you didn't speak ill of my favourite person. I'm quite smitten with them, and who knows how I'll react if you keep it up. Come on, enough. You can't mean that. Who made that rule? Why can't I? Because we barely know each other. It's been 2 days. Then, if I place you in cryostasis and wait several years, would your opinion differ? What did you just say? I think I heard something incredibly unethical. His thumb passes over my cheek. If you'd like a serious answer, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm fond of you. I want to embrace this feeling that I've never felt before. You're neat, Egen, but I have a life here. Lynn's here. I need her as much as she needs me. You and I, we're going to part ways. But is that enough to keep wondering for the rest of your life? My hands shake. I'll wonder about you if I don't at least try. I'll wonder so much that I may subconsciously pilot my ship back here. Faced with that longing, the pain of parting, for me is but a momentary wound. My heart races. There's nowhere else to look except at Egen. He'd know what that longing is like, since he wants to return to Ornthon so much. I've lost count of how many times he's shown me his heart in the time we've known each other. He's lovely. I'm sure a bright future awaits him when he rests on the Ornthon throne, the very place he's been longing for since he was cast out from it. Which is why I should firmly reject him. That way there's nothing left in the vastness of space to distract him from home. I open my mouth, but my lips quiver. I've told so many people off over the years. Hell, I dealt with Andel and Nabo this morning. Compared to that, this should be child's play. And yet... Egan's soft lips kiss my forehead. Ooh. You don't have to answer. They're selfish in ways you haven't yet seen, so it's better if you don't. But... He squishes me closer. I mean it. Don't say anything. My fists clench as I drop my head against his chest. You're terrible. How can you say everything you want to, but I can't? Because you have to play with my heart a little, to save this planet. My head snaps up. Egan's smile is as radiant as the first day I saw it. This is the danger of relaxing. I told you many things I haven't spoke of in ages. My apologies for that. Let's head up for today's evaluation. He releases me and moves off the couch. His retreating back is regal and broad. It's meant to carry all of Ornthon. A soft click of the door separates us. Perhaps that's why he stared at Taste's struggles like he did today. That silly program unintentionally hit close to home. For a while, I sit on the sofa staring off into nothing. And no matter how much blanket I bundle myself in, the cold persists. By the time I wander outside, the only ones left to greet me are handsome alien A and B. Good evening to you two. You look miserable, Earthian. Gee, thanks. Do I? Think about how you'd feel coming here each night to be graded. Ornthonians are constantly evaluated. It's strange to us that you don't have that constant here. I feel exhausted just hearing that. Please, just beam me up. I'm tired. Unlike yesterday, Andel, Nabo, Egen, and Lynn await me inside the spaceship. Sis! There you are! She bounces over with Andel in tow. I explored the entire spaceship today, can you believe it? Yeah, a different, less visible way. That's true. That's true. I saw so much cool stuff. Andel showed me everything. He puffs up proudly. That's fantastic. What happened to you? You look super pale. I'm just tired. She frowns, but leaves me unaccosted. I promise we won't keep you too long tonight. Egen approaches the familiar podium and hits various buttons. The screen materializes before me. Lynn gasps and grasps my arm. She's vibrating with excitement. That's so cool! Handel, the announcement if you would. Today's amendment score for day 2 of 3 is... The numbers shuffle around with incredible speed. The end shows a 0, and the second column is another 0. Number 1 falls in the final spot. I've achieved another score of 100. Yeah, it's unlike yesterday. I feel a strange emptiness at the perfect score. 100? Oh my gosh, you're amazing, sis! Congrats! I'd like to thank you once again for a wonderful day. Egen, can we... My apologies, but I cannot escort you home this evening. It cuts me more than anything else that could have happened at that moment. Actually, if Handel had vaporized me, I think it would have been kinder. Nabo approaches Egen and brings up what seems to be emails on his wristwatch. Now that you're focused again, I have several matters that require your attention. We'll head into my office. He takes several steps with Nabo, then glances back. Have a good night, Kalla. I'll see you tomorrow. I watch Egen until the interior doors of the spaceship cut him off from view. Sis? Are you alright? Congratulations on surviving your second day, Egen. Though you seem to have some grievances. Like what? She already said that she's tired. Wouldn't you be if you were in her position? You make a valid point. Dealing with Egen on a daily basis is quite draining. A good evening to you both. I wish you a safe return to your abode. He beams us down. Lynn and I land on the sidewalk before our house and walk up to the front porch. Sis, are you really okay? You aren't your usual self. I'll be okay after some rest. I push inside our house. Lynn follows. Hey, don't walk away! I can tell something happened between you and Egen. I don't want to talk about it. Can you please just leave me alone? Sure. Anything you need. But know that I'm here for you, okay? Yeah, thanks. I disappear upstairs. Once I'm in the safety of my bedroom, I slump before the door and draw my knees up against my chest. My heart feels unbearably heavy. We had so much fun today, and yet here we are. Is this really the right order of things? Egen must have known what I wanted to say. Hell, I knew what I wanted to say, and yet I couldn't. I must be the biggest idiot on this planet. My goal is to hang out with Egen sincerely enough that Earth is safe from his conquest. I shouldn't get distracted by anything else. No, I won't. Tomorrow, I'll be over these silly feelings. Yeah, girl, I don't think so. I need to get over it. Like I've gotten over so many other things. But my chest hurts all the same. The house is completely silent as I step into the living room the following morning. It's a stark contrast to yesterday's hustle and bustle. Where's Egen? He's too boisterous for the house to be this silent if he's here. I find Lynn in the kitchen, sipping coffee and typing away on her smartphone. Morning. She hums an acknowledgement and vacates her seat. Have a seat. Want some coffee? Yes, and a croissant too, please. Lynn brings my coffee over while my croissant heats up in the microwave. In the microwave, huh? Okay. She sets jam, butter, and a knife before me. How are you feeling this morning? Better. I really needed rest. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. You're up a lot earlier this morning. This is usually when I'm up. That's what I meant. I know there's nothing wrong with the microwave, it's just... I mean, I guess it probably uses a lot less energy than putting it in, like, the oven. I don't know. I don't eat croissants. I definitely don't eat them heated. I honestly don't know how they would do in the microwave. Like, would they get kind of soggy? I don't know. I've got a yummy croissant a minute later. I rip off a piece and stuff it into my mouth. It's delicious, yet pales in comparison to the puff pastries Egen made the other day. Seems comparing things to my experiences with him is already commonplace. Good thing I'm nipping this in the bud now. My sister settles back into her seat. She's texting someone. Thanks. You're welcome. I apply a thick layer of butter and grape jelly to my croissant, then chow down. It's a good, peaceful morning, especially as I've successfully killed my romantic feelings. Starting today, I won't get swept away. I won't even think of Egen unless it's relevant. Whatever we had brewing between us is nothing in the face of my emotional discipline. It's so quiet this morning compared to yesterday. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Orthonians. But Egen and I are meeting up today, aren't we? We have to. Now that I think about it, he's always sought me out first. I never had to look for him. A few times we've separated, he basically ran right into me. How do I eat hot cross buns? I don't actually eat hot cross buns, but I guess my first instinct with a hot cross bun would be cut it in half and put it in the toaster. But I don't actually eat them. Lynn sets her phone down and turns to me. So, the internet is wondering why you won't have a passionate fling with an alien prince. Any comments? A chunk of croissant catches in my throat. I scald my tongue on coffee just to keep from choking. Is that any of their business? considering you saved the planet once and Egan's still trending? Yeah, people are making a pretty penny off it suddenly being their business. So, typical internet. Including you. Scout's honor, I have tried and failed. But you've tried. That's the important bit there. I believe Scouts have more integrity than that. Don't make that face. I really failed. The body cam you wore the other day collected absolutely nothing. I think the electro what's-it Nabo mentioned yesterday fried my tech the second you stepped outside. I grabbed my sister's cheeks and stretched them. I thought you gave that up, but you tried it, huh? I told you. Don't pull, I told you it didn't work. Trying still counts for something. Attempted murder is a valid charge in court. It's fine. Let go, I'm sorry. I release my sister. She rubs her reddened cheeks. Nothing's happened between Egen and I, and nothing's going to happen. Boo! I left you two alone in the house all day, yet you kept it E for everyone? What was my sacrifice for? They don't have Wi-Fi on the mothership. Shame on you for thinking anything would happen in the first place. This won't do at all. I should have known the moment you walked in here looking like you'd eaten an unripe lemon. What kind of comparison is that? If I don't do something, I'll be a failure of a matchmaker. Good thing I have a plan G. Time to call in favors. What did you say? I said, lucky for you, I have the perfect thing in mind for today. My sister flaunts a coupon. A group activity coupon. It sure is. An escape room specifically. I texted Egen about it, so he'll be here with the others shortly. Her doorbell rings and Lynn leaps out of her seat and sprints into the next room as if a package arrived. So, Lynn, why do you have his phone number? Brother-in-law, good morning! Good morning to you too, Lynn. Huh? Doesn't he usually greet her in return by calling her sister-in-law? What's going on? Wait, what am I thinking? I should be happy. They were both too shameless before. I wander into the entranceway and join them. I mean, apparently they don't have Wi-Fi, but apparently they do have phone signal. Or what passes for it. Jeez, brother! You're teasing me as much as my sister is this morning. I don't mean to tease you. Egan's gaze meets mine. Forming a polite smile, he gestures to Nabo and Andal. I've brought these two as instructed. We're ready to escape a room together. Will it be this one? Sorry, will it be this one? If so, I'll head back to the ship now. Come on, Andy! I wouldn't disappoint you like that! Andy? Just how close did the two of them get yesterday? He clears his throat and folds his arms. You have time to impress me yet. Lead the way. Lynn faces me and I jolt. She was the center of attention, but now it's me. We'll walk over to the location together once my sister's ready to go. I'm ready. Let me just grab my wallet. No need. We get in free with the coupon. What if we want to eat somewhere once we're done? I have Earthian currency if the need for it arises. That's okay, I wouldn't want you to pay for Lynn, and I want one moment while I... Lynn loops her arm through mine and Egan's. I've sorted that out already, so let me worry about it. Let's go. Wait, Lynn! She skips out the door, dragging both of us along. By the time we make it downtown, Lynn's slipped away from Egen and me. She's ahead of us, chatting with Andel and Nabo. They seem to be having a good time based on all the laughter and hand gesturing. I noticed it before, but your sister has an envious resonance with others. Andel and Nabo are unreasonably difficult to engage, yet she's managed it. It's one of her strengths. She's always been a social butterfly. Of the two of us, I'm gloomier. You? Gloomy? You've been exceptionally energetic with me. I've only been like this since you arrived. Don't be deceived. That makes me feel special, considering this is my first attempt at being romantically involved. You're too much of a natural for that to be true. A natural? At what? I wave up and down to indicate all of him. I'm unfamiliar with that gesture. Please elaborate. You seem well versed, is what I mean. You know, like you've dated before. Does sincerity translate as experience on Earth? Anyway, let's change topics. Did Lynn tell you anything about the escape room? She explained how it works. I've never done one, but I've seen a few videos on them. And this is another first we'll share. A loud bike bell chimes behind us, but I hear it a moment too late. Egen tugs me out of the way as the biker zooms past us without stopping. Hey, it's illegal to ride on the sidewalk! Oh, what a jerk. Also, you should have sounded that bell way sooner than that, dude. They were quite rude. The least they could do was slow down when signaling they'd like to pass. Are you okay? Yeah, thanks to you. At least, well, yeah. I mean, at least they tried to indicate their presence, I guess. I was on a walking tour once when the guide referred to bikes as the Whispering Death because you can't hear them approaching. It's kind of stuck with me. We're as close as we were on the couch last evening. We've arrived! I step back hearing Lynn's announcement and head inside with the others. As Lynn registers our group with her coupon, I wait with the others in the lobby. 10 minutes later, when we still haven't been transferred to a room, Handheld joins Lynn at the front desk. 10 more minutes go by, then Nabo joins them. I glance at Lynn, but she and Andel are speaking with the front desk clerk. Nabo looms over all three of them. Seems there's an issue. You think so too? Shall we check on them? I nod and we join the rest of our group. Hey, what's going on? Has something happened? I thought I could sort it out, but it looks like I can't. Yeah, I'm going with coupon expired as well. What's wrong? The two groups who booked ahead of your party have gone over their time limit. As they're of certain acclaim, our manager can't end their session. I was gonna say, there's a time limit for a reason, people. What? Who is it? I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to say due to guest confidentiality. How long will it be before it's our turn? I don't know, since they were filming their attempts too. They were filming their attempts and they've gone over time. If they post that to the internet, they'll look pathetic. But someone should step in to stop them if it's affecting other guests. I'm with you, miss. Unfortunately, I can't do anything more. My manager is already with them. And they're still having a tough time? What kind of guests from hell came here? They'll post it but edit it so they did it in time. Yeah, and edit out all the hints they're clearly getting from the manager. Like, escape room places do a pretty good job of making sure that you're not going to go over your time. Because if they see you struggling, they'll give you hints. Man, I want to do an escape room again. It's been ages since I last did an escape room. Well, I mean, I guess I'm about to do an escape room in the game, huh? Shall we come back in an hour? I suggested as much, but she couldn't promise they'd be done by that time either. What the hell? The first one you went over by like 5 minutes. And I guess 5 minutes is probably fine, because like, if I remember correctly, time slot wise, they tend to add a buffer zone between them anyway, in part for room reset. So I guess 5 minutes is something that they've perfectly reasonably accounted for. You were in the last room near the end when you ran out of time. Yeah. Yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable let's go over ever so slightly. But these guys are over their time by at least 20 minutes already, and she's not sure they'll do it in another hour. It's like, dudes, give up and admit that you're no good at this already. Is there anything you can do about this? Well, we have 2 smaller experiences that are currently unoccupied. Then why don't we just take those? I'd be happy to let you in, but they have a capacity limit. 3 and 2 respectively. Well, that works perfectly fine. We're a group of 5 and it's perfectly fine to split us up. This is, after all, supposed to be a date. But we have a party of 5. The clerk nods. I understand your frustration, but that's the only solution I can suggest at the moment. I really want to do this. Gosh, what should we do? Must we remain a group for this activity? Why not break into 2 groups? Can we really? It's either that or wait an undefined amount of time. Okay then, why don't we do that? Lynn and I can... Andy and Nabs, let's challenge a room together. Lynn links arms with Andel and Navo while I'm speaking. Unlike my sister, I haven't had the chance to duel either of you. Navo tugs his arm free of Lynn. Don't expect to win. And don't expect me to go down without a fight. Wait, escape rooms are collaborative. Your trio can enter the third door on the right. Thanks. Bye, sis. Hey, Lynn! She flees. Only dust remains where she stood with Andel and Navo. That little troublemaker! Egen chuckles beside me. I'm so sorry. It was supposed to be a group activity, but it looks like we're partners now, Egen. Seems we are. I'll speak to Lynn after this is done, I promise. And she'll be lucky if she has any hair on her head afterwards. Don't. There's nobody I'd be happier trapped in a room with than you. Yeah, there he goes again. So, you understand the purpose of an escape room is to escape? We can do that too, after enough time has passed. You're teasing me, aren't you? If you notice, then reciprocate. Go on, I'm ready for it. I'm saving my brain power for the escape room, thank you. Your teasing must be incredibly sincere if you must think that deeply before responding. You... Let's just go. Which direction should we head in? Before that, please sign the waiver. She passes Egen and me a pen and we each sign. Perfect. Thank you very much. The clerk points to the left. It'll be the second door on the left there. The room attendant will be inside. Thank you for your kindness. Ooh, it's Egyptian themed. The vibrant colours and glinting fake gold of our escape room were a drastic change from the lobby we waited in. Wow, it's certainly something in here. It's briefly fascinating, but it's duller in here than it is in my treasury. It's so sparkly in here, my eyes hurt from all the fake heaps of gold. Egen points at the walls. Look, they aren't made of gold like mine are. Clearly they ran out of materials. Is that what you're using all the materials you harvested for? It wasn't my decision. My council outvoted me while building my tribute. That must have been tough? It was. I just barely convinced them to store the golden statue they made of me in the treasury. They loved it so much that nobody believed me when I told them it was talking to me at night. Wait, what? Egen nods sagely. Turns out Andel stashed a voice recording inside that'd spew curses every night, hoping it'd affect my luck. Andel, why is it always Andel? Welcome, beautiful, wonderful adventurers! Our room's host spins into view in an obnoxiously gaudy garb. You've picked a fine, excellent, positively stellar day to escape. Escape, escape, escape. Is this guy seriously doing his own echo sound effects? Tell me, are you ready to hunt for the Pharaoh's treasure and escape before his curse consumes you? You. Huh? Oh, if you don't escape this room in time, you'll suffer 1,000,000 years of bad luck. Luck. Observed. Though I doubt that'll put a dent in mine. Egen taps his chin. That absolves me, but... Kalla, you may be in danger. I cannot allow that. Please don't take what he's saying seriously. He's giving us this room's setting. Illness and death are all that await those who dare disturb the great Pharaoh's tomb. Buddy, you could stand to be a little less into this. Whatever they're paying, I doubt it's enough. That sounds like a dreadful curse indeed. Yet it is a befitting fate for grave robbers. But traveller, you are today's ill-fated robbers. Egen grasps my hand. Kalla, I was not aware Lyn had sent us to our doom, nor that we would partake in grave robbing. He's joking! This is just a game. Oh, I assure you, this is real, adventurers! His Majesty awaits. You have already passed the threshold. There is no turning back. Back. Then can I at least turn down your volume? You have picked a horrible, terrible, no-good day to disturb the mighty Pharaoh. And so your trial begins. You have 60 minutes to escape. No more, no less. Our host strikes a pose identical to the sarcophagus on the right, and vanishes with a horrid whoosh and a powerful gust of air. You wonder if the employee is having more fun because it's the alien. And Earth's savior, maybe. Although just being aliens did not in fact get us into the room with books, so... Wow, he committed to the bit till the end. How did he even do that? A deafening crack of lightning shakes our room. The lights dim. What the hell? Who dares disturb my tomb? Ah, 2 more wretched, starry-eyed fools who seek their own destruction. You will not last, just as the previous idiots didn't. But I admire your foolish courage, and so I shall give you both the chance to escape. Every 10 minutes you'll receive another curse. If you obtain all 6 curses before you're able to escape, well... I won't spoil my fun by telling you. The voice vanishes, and I realize that I'm clinging to Egen. Sorry, I'm bad with loud noises. You may stay as long as you wish. However, I think we've intruded upon a dangerous individual. Again, this is a game, Egen. Nothing bad will happen if we fail to solve all the puzzles to get out. Hell, if we knock on the door right now... Fret not, I will vanquish our foe. I shall solve these puzzles. Speaking of tongue twister names, it'll ruin the Zakafizal. It'll ruin the Zakafizal family name if I fall here. That's his last name. I have no hope of repeating it. I cannot bring shame to my family's prestige, nor will I fail the woman I adore. When you're done with your soapbox... Interesting declaration. However, you must survive my trials first. The floor rumbles beneath us and splits into a gaping black pit. Huh? What? Wait a second! I plummet through the floor and scream. Egen twists through the air and tugs me up into his arms. We fall with concerning velocity. Egen lands on his feet with a neat tap, whereas I absolutely would have eaten dirt. Pretty sure... pretty sure this does not fulfill the health and safety requirements. Surrounding us is a secure prison filled with cobwebs and skeletons. Not the first pit trap I've ever fallen into, nor the deadliest. Yet it was effective. Did they actually drop us through the floor? What kind of dangerous escape room is this? I thought we signed up for a game. Why are we on a Hollywood movie set? As I shared, we've infringed upon a dangerous individual. At a glance, this prison has no obvious weaknesses. He sets me down. I shall search for a way out. Wait! I grab Egan's hand. I'm coming with you. This room needed 2 people, so I'm sure we'll have to solve the puzzles together. Together? Aren't we competing? If we were, why didn't you let me fall? How could I stand aside when the woman I adore is in danger? Yeah, also, Egen, we're competing against the room, not each other. How big is this escape room building, right? This escape room place is fancy. Why did I even ask? Escape rooms are collaborative. We can't escape if we don't work together. So, you take a look on that side, and I'll look over here. Good? Good. Egen and I depart for our respective halves of the room. I should look for anything that catches my eye in this massive dungeon. But, oh ho ho, Lynn! Lynn, just wait until I see you again! What should I investigate first? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna make a save. Okay. Flashlights on the ground? Yeah, we might need that. The lit flashlight on the floor draws my attention most. I bend over and try to lift it off the floor. Unfortunately, it's stuck there. Did they glue it there or something? If I can't move it, then I guess it's stuck there for a reason? But what reason could that be? Well, I guess we have to put something in front of it. Guess I'll look around some more. Alright, let's look at the door. The most obvious spot to check would be the door to this prison. I tug on it with all my might. Ah! It won't budge. I just make a fool of myself. I tried that as well, but it didn't move. We could try pulling on it at the same time? Sure. Egen comes over and we each firmly grasp the bars. We tug and yank, but all we have to show by the end of it is our combined huffing and gasping. Blast! Our combined effort did not best this door. Should have known it wouldn't be that easy. Now my hands are raw. Since that's useless, let's try something else. Alright, elsewhere. The braziers or the seal? Let's look at the braziers. I wander over to the braziers. There's ash residue inside each one, but no kindling. I think I could light a fire in these if I have the right item. I better keep my eye out for some. Oh, and I should tell Egen. Egen, I think we can light a fire in these. Keep an eye out for kindling or wood, okay? Once again, health and safety. Why are we lighting a fire inside an escape room? Of course. Okay, what's on the ceiling? You know, I doubt anyone ever looks up in these games. What if they hit something on the ceiling? I scrutinize the ceiling for anything I can use. A tiny square of paper is stuck in one of the corners. can't reach it on my own. Egen, come here. I need a lift. He stalks over and lifts me high enough that I can reach the square of paper. Got it. The paper is about as big as the palm of my hand and smells faintly of lemon. Is there anything written on it? I scan the page, but it's blank. Yeah, it's not blank, it smells faintly of lemon. I guess that's what we need to light a fire for. Good old-fashioned invisible ink. I scan the page, but it's blank. Unfortunately, it's blank. Really, after all that effort. Darn, just when I thought we were making progress. Back to the drawing board, then. Alright, elsewhere. The cobwebs? I prod the various cobwebs around the door. Sorry, around the room. As nothing tumbles out of them, I can only assume they're purely decorative. Though they also look like they've already been sifted through. Perhaps Egen already investigated these. I better investigate something else. The wall. The walls are incredibly solid, but I glide my hands over every last spot. The furthest right portion has a hidden square block that depresses when my hand touches it. I hear the same sound to my left. Egen must have found his. I'm certain we pushed them, yet nothing happens. Ah, do it at the same time, though. Let's try again, but push them at the same time. I nod. I give it a try, but the result is the same. It's not working. Seems so. We must be on the right track, but perhaps there's something else we need to do first. But what? Alright, elsewhere. The floor. I wander across the dungeon, stepping on every possible stone. The 8th tile I step on sinks beneath my feet. I flail to keep my balance. Are you okay? I'm fine. I think I found a floor tile for one of the puzzles. Did you find which of yours is correct? Huh? What do you mean? Instead of answering, Egen jumps across various stone squares on his side of the room. Each one he leaps on sinks into the floor. Oh no, if he has 4 on his side, then that means... I jump across my stones and uncover 3 more tiles that sink into the floor. Darn it! I'll take that as a sign you've yet to uncover which order you should step on them in. Yeah, you can. Great, things just got more difficult. Whatever, I'll sort this out after I finish looking around. Check on Egen. My mind's fried. I decide to check on Egen. How's it going over there? Find anything? Nothing that'll get us out of this room, but I did acquire these after rooting through some cobwebs. Egen hands me 2 massive blocks of fake plastic wood. Nice find. I'm sure these will be useful. I'm glad I could help. Let's get back to work. Okay, elsewhere. Right. Back to the beginning, huh? Oh no, we have some wood. So let's look at the braziers again. Egen points to the braziers on the wall. Kalla, if you still have that wood I gave you, why not put a piece in each receptacle? Sorry, but I'd like to hang on to it for now and look around a little more, okay? Of course, but don't wait too long. We have a time limit. Since we've pressed the floor tiles, I think I can figure things out if I look over the note again. Alright, okay, fine. Sorry. Ceiling. As I grab the note, I doubt there's anything else left up there. I'd better look somewhere else. Wait, so wait, how do I look at the notes again? Alright, let's look at the floor then. No? Check on Egen. Come to check on me again, have you? Yeah, I was wondering if you found anything else? I'd love to exceed your expectations, but I have nothing at the moment. Seeing you has, however, been fantastic motivation. Game got me. I'm leaving now to do something more productive. Goodbye. Okay, right. Ooh, can we use the flashlight to look at the notes, actually? I thought you needed... I thought you needed heat, but I guess a flashlight would help with that. Oh, yeah. What flashlight on the floor draws my attention most? I remember then that I had the note you can help me retrieve. Since it smells like lemon, maybe it'll reveal something if I illuminate it with the flashlight? I thought lemon ink was... you made it appear when you heated it up. Or I guess maybe... maybe more or less light will go through the bits covered in lemon and maybe we'll see it on the wall or something. I don't know. I hold the square in the light and lo and behold, text appears. Egen, come! There's text on this! He rushes over and leans over my shoulder. The paper reads, "There are 4 crucial questions that point to all the wisdom in the world. But just as gold coins are no use once you've paid the ferryman, wisdom must be shared. Where do birds instinctively fly?" The answer must be south. Yep. South for winter. Try to catch the sunset in this direction. It will only pass you by. Sun sets in the west, so I guess that would be east? The answer must be east. Place most famous for winter. Well, that's north then. The answer must be north. From whence came the fine gentleman with the fancy hat? By process of elimination, the answer must be west. Well, they were riddles, and not very good ones at that. I enjoyed myself. Reflecting on it, all these riddles share one thing in common, and that's... being badly written, yes. Direction. I think all those riddles have their answer category in common. Each answer was a direction. The challenge now lies in where we use this information. Do you think those riddles are linked to the 4 floor tiles we couldn't decipher earlier? That's a possibility. Let's try pressing them again when we get the chance. Alright. Floor. Egen, let's try pressing these floor tiles again. Let's. What order would you like to try it in? Why are we doing things differently? Why are we not doing it the same? Which side of the room am I in? I think I'll go north. Roger. He steps on his south tile while I step on my north tile. Nothing happens. Well, we're way off base somewhere. Perhaps there's another component to this. Such as? We don't know for sure that these tiles are laid out as northeast, south and west. We're merely assuming that they are. Yeah, that's true. We don't know which way north is. He has a point. Where can we get a hint in this room? I am uncertain, but let's take another look around, shall we? Okay, can I go deal with the braziers now? Egen points to the braziers on the wall. Kalla, if you still have that wood I gave you, why not put a piece in each receptacle? I toss one block to Egen, and we each approach a brazier and put a hunk of wood inside. Wait. As I'm stepping away, Egen calls me. As we no longer require that note, why not tear the sheet in half? Perhaps we can add it as kindling. It's a great idea. I thought those were plastic blocks of wood. Are we actually starting a fire? I tear the paper. We place one strip inside each brazier. Well, that's done. What next? Let's take another look around the room. Okay, now that we've put things in the braziers, I would like to use the buttons on the wall. Maybe we've solved enough of the room that something's changed with the wall? Egen, can you please push your button on the wall? For you? Anything. Again! No more catching me off guard. Why would an escape room be designed with the fact you have to destroy stuff? Yeah, typically you're not allowed to destroy things in an escape room. It's one of the rules. We push our buttons at the same time and a whoosh sounds behind us from the braziers. Fake fires ignite in them, obscuring the materials we added from view. Okay, fake fire, right. Nice! We solved another puzzle! Excellent work! Perhaps something else in the room works now? Kalla, look closely over the braziers. There are letters. Egen's right. In the shadows of each flame are 4 blocks. On Egen's side, the tiles read East, West, West, East. The blocks on my side read North, South, North, South. Okay. I think we finally got the correct pattern for the floor blocks. We need to try them. Blah. Now that we've got the correct patterns for our floor blocks, I race over to mine. One glance at me is enough to tell Egen what we're doing. I suggest we press them in the order the riddles were presented in. I can do that. What was that order again? It was it was south, east, northwest. Yes, there we go. That one. I tell Egen the order and we step on all our corresponding tiles. The door to our prison rattles and slowly lifts open. We did it! Egen, we did it! I rush him, raising my hand for a high five, but he lifts me into an embrace instead. That we did! Fantastic work! Fantastic work yourself! I can't believe you've never done anything collaborative before. That was amazing! After a squeeze, he sets me down. I'd love to celebrate further, but we've still got that time limit. Oops, right. Quick, let's get out of here. We emerge into a damp cave. The entrance behind us seals, but neither Egen nor myself moved to stop it. After all, there's no exit out that way, so there's no sense in going back. Unlike the previous room, there are no obvious exits in this cave. Looks like it'll be more difficult to find the way out this time. So we're looking for a secret door, then. Seems we aren't out of the woods yet. But this is a cave. It's a metaphor, meaning we're still lost and things could take a turn at any time. I see. Fret not. We surpassed our previous challenge. I have complete faith in us to overcome this room as well. You know, I'd be terrified if you weren't here with me. I definitely would have clammed up in the previous room. You're the bravest Earthian I've ever known. That remains true whether or not you panic. Did you forget that I hid behind a plant when I met you? The plant was a lovely shade of green. It accentuated how rosy your cheeks are. Let's get to work and see what we can find. Certainly. It's unromantic to court you in this dank cave. You turn away from Egen feeling slightly breathless. Need to focus. What should I investigate first? I'm actually going to make a save now we're in the second room. I don't know if it's possible to fail, but just in case. Okay, let's work our way through. What's in the backpack? There's a convenient backpack forgotten on the cave floor. I search inside. There are 3 items in it. A crowbar, a bottle of water, and some rope. Those will be imperative in solving this room. Yeah, let's see where we can use them. Okay, abandoned campfire. Egen's knelt beside the abandoned campfire when I decide to search it. Did you find anything here? I haven't, but I believe I know how we're meant to use this. Any time I've been trapped in a cave, I've hunted for airflow to find the exit. Running water does the trick too, no? Yes, it does. Either work. But we don't have anything to start a fire yet. Take another look around. Once again, we seem to be starting a fire. The sound of water. I walk along the water until I reach the mouth of the pond. There's a boulder clogging the pool, but it has a lip I can hook something onto. Oh! Crowbar! Crowbar! I tug out my crowbar and tuck it into the nook. It fits beautifully. With one deft crank, the boulder lifts. It's fake rock without any real weight, and there's a hinge that moves the entire contraption. All the water in the pond disappears into the drain beneath the rock. I don't see anything on my side of the pond, despite the effort. Bummer. Kalla, there's a bundle of red candles over at this end of the pond. I race over to Egen. He passes me the bundle he retrieved. But it's definitely not candles. Wait, is it dynamite? I hope it's fake dynamite. This is actually dynamite. Have you never seen it before? Ah, no, that's too low tech for these aliens, I think. I have not. What is its purpose? To explode when used correctly. Interesting. So now we can blow something up. Oh yeah, we're absolutely blowing something up. Alright, the walls. Which are quite possibly what we will be blowing up. As I did in the previous room, I feel along the wall for anything that'll help us escape. There's a space on the wall made of a different material from everywhere else. It's also cleaner. That's when I find a nook with what looks like a pressure plate. So there's definitely something to do over here, but I'll need a specific item first. So not the dynamite! Okay, the floor. I scanned the cave floor for anything useful aside from the backpack. I found a small narrow hole in the left side of the cave with something glinting inside it. The object floats on what little water is inside the hole. Wait, if the object only needs a little more water, I have something with me that can do that. I pull out the bottle of water I found in the backpack and pour some into the hole. The object I wanted floats to the surface. Hey! Yeah, I've definitely been in a escape room where we had to do that. It was like a key attached to a cork inside of a vase. Turns out it's a box of waterproof matches. Fantastic! I know where I can use these too. Well, let's check the light. I raise my hand towards the light in the ceiling, hoping to feel any airflow. Unfortunately, what I thought was natural light are actually well-obscured LEDs. As there'll be no climbing out this way, I better turn my attention elsewhere. The cave gap. I wander to the very edge of the cave. Well, there's clearly another side across from me. I can't reach it, but there's no bridge across the gap. However, there is a stack of wooden planks on the other side, and a lever to the left of them. As I don't see any clear signs of rust, perhaps pulling that lever will create a bridge? Ooh, we've got a rope. Maybe we could lasso it. What looks to be a switch is on the other side as well. The switch is a box with a handle affixed to the top. 2 wires trail away from the box, but they disappear into a crack in the rock. Well, that's where we need to use the dynamite then. Based on all that, it's crucial Egen and I get over there as soon as we can. I have an idea. Would you pass me that rope you found earlier? I hand it to Egen. He ties a lasso, tosses the loop over the lever and yanks it down. Nice throw! A rumble fills the air as the stack of wooden planks moves. It latches into a secure bridge over the gap. Guess it wasn't all wood to begin with. It was just hard to see from this distance. Thanks, Egen. We can get to the other side now. Yeah, let's go look at the other side. Egen and I cross over to the other side of the cave. The box I saw from afar turns out to be a plunger, which means we get to blow something up as a solution to a puzzle. Considering how fancy this escape room has been so far, I'm excited. We haven't blown anything up since Lynn and I last played with fireworks in our childhood. If there's a plunger, there must be dynamite. If there's dynamite, then there's somewhere to place it. Time to look around again. Okay, so the dynamite goes in the wall on that pressure plate. Cool. Let's sort the campfire. With the matches in hand, I return to the campfire. Egen kneels beside it. I pass him the matches and he tugs one out of the damp box. They're fake. These match heads are made of rubber and the wood is plastic. Makes sense. I doubt they want anyone to burn down their set. Egen makes a striking motion and drops the match in the old campfire. Following an ignition sound, fog billows up from the campfire like fake smoke and travels southeast toward the cave walls. As that's likely illuminating the airflow toward the exit, we ought to follow it and see what's been revealed. Let's. Okay, so if we go back to the wall, where hopefully we can put the dynamite. All the smoke from the campfire leads toward the cave walls. Or more specifically, to the pressure plate embedded against a portion of the wall that's a different material from the rest. I mean, I assume that the dynamite is also fake. I slot the dynamite into the wall and it snaps into place. That's one less mystery to solve. If Egen and I blow this up now, we can finally leave. Alright, to the other side of the bridge. Egen and I cross to the other side of the cave. The box I saw from afar turns out to be a plunger, which means we get to blow something up. Now that the dynamite is placed, all we have to do is slam the switch down. I glance at Egen and he nods. We each grab one side of the plunger's bar and pull up. Ready? Ready. We push down at the same time and a massive explosion rocks the room. I cough at the spray of dust that drifts over, while Egen waves dust away from his face. The rock wall on the other side collapsed into a slope toward the surface. We can leave now. Let's hurry. We must get out of here before we're consumed by the Pharaoh's curse. At last, Egen and I return to the Pharaoh's tomb where our escape room started. Has it been 60 minutes, or did we make it out in time? I'm not sure, but I think we have. Do we not need to solve this room too? Now that we've returned, I believe we're supposed to rob the Pharaoh. I think so, but what if there are traps in this room that'll send us back down? I'm hoping the room attendant won't do that, considering how much effort it took us to escape, but you never know. No matter what, we need to open that tomb to escape. I'll approach, so stay behind me. No, we've come this far as a team. I don't want to split up now. We approach the sarcophagus with bated breath. With each step, my palms grow sweatier, and I swallow to keep my throat from drying out. Our palms brush the sarcophagus and the sound of lightning cracks through the room. So, you've returned, you fools. Not only for your salvation, but for my riches as well. And you managed to make it out before the time limit. You may have surpassed 2 of my trials, but 1 remains. Did you think this was over? That I, the mighty Pharaoh, would succumb to mere thieves? This may be my sacred tomb, but soon it will be decorated with your bones. A giant sarcophagus comes to life before us, with evil glowing eyes and massive shadowy hands. Its enormous body obscures the entire ceiling as it towers over us. Death to all defilers! Ruin to all desecrators! Without knowledge, you two shall not escape me. Only knowledge can defeat me. Answer my questions 4, or thou shalt be no more. Kalla, we've got this. I'm not entirely certain what we're doing, but sure. Let's go. You fools. Tell me what the true translation of the title Pharaoh is. Oh no, is this trivia? How do they expect people who attend to just know this stuff? I'm gonna save. Panic not, Kalla, you have me. Answer! Oh no! I should know this! I should know this! I should know this. No, Egen! Egen, help! I don't know! You assume you can best me with such an easy question? The translation is Great House. Man, that's what I was leaning towards. I should have guessed beforehand. You may have surpassed my first question, but there are 3 chances at failure yet. Tell me how you should properly address me, the mighty pharaoh. I mean, mighty pharaoh feels right? But it also feels like a trick question? Well, a trick answer? I'm going to make my personal guess, and then I'm going to defer this to Egen. I think it's Mighty Pharaoh, but... Egen, assist, please? Cretin, you think you can trick us? We've already heard you addressed as Your Majesty the Mighty Pharaoh. This is not yet over. I shall vanquish you criminals yet. Look upon me. Am I not divine? Egen is the most divine. I mean... Does being of divine lineage make you divine? Is really the question. Because I'm pretty sure the pharaohs were supposed to be descended from Ra. Or something. Nope, I don't trust my own trivia. Egen! Help, I have no clue what he wants us to say. Egen points dramatically at the pharaoh. Hubris-soaked coffin! The only divine one in this room is Kalla! Look upon her! It is unmistakable. My face reddens. That persisting sparkle in her eye despite her tiredness, her endearingly Earthian humour, the very cadence of her voice. Look upon her again and tell me, do you not see divinity? Hey, now isn't the time for that. I asked you because I seriously needed help. In your eyes, I see spectacular faith, Ornthonian invader. I'm dazzled. For this round only, that incorrect answer shall be correct. I'm embarrassed. Stop it. Last question. You dare fight back. You dare question the mighty pharaoh. I have all the authority here. You small-minded fools don't even know what that's called. What's the chances the other 3 are in on this? I'm going with no, but remember, like, the entire world knows about this. So... tyranny, absolute monarchy, mother's rules. I don't think it's the 3rd one. I have all the power here. A tyrant is a very specific thing. Technically. I think the answer is absolute monarchy. But I'm gonna save. Actually, do I do it myself or do I ask Egen again? Absolute monarchy. Let's risk it. No, I don't want to risk it. Ah! No, no, no. No, I'm not confident. I'm not confident enough. Sorry, Egen, please. That unfair system has no other name than the one Egen is about to tell you. Bring us a challenge next time, Pharaoh. For your miserable absolute monarchy ends here. Damn it, I was right! I just don't have enough confidence in my own answers. I could have answered 2 of these questions correctly. No! This cannot be! It cannot be! I've been vanquished by mere travelers! Ah! My gold! My splendor! No! A white cloud consumes the mighty pharaoh, and he shrinks rapidly within it until he's no more. As he disappears, the room brightens. I'm shocked that we actually defeated him. Egen and I, we beat our escape room. Begone, foe. Kalla and I are the true rulers of this tomb. Egen, we actually did it? Not yet. We must claim our prize. He takes my hand in his and shoves aside the lid on the sarcophagus. 2 massive bags of gold and gems surround a plastic mummy. 1 for each of us. I pluck up mine and Egen collects his. Beneath his bag is a key. That must be for the door. Take it. I'll hold both our spoils. The key unlocks the door. After so long in the escape room, it's a breath of fresh air to be back in the lounge. Goodness, we actually made it out. It's endearing how in awe you are. We're the ultimate team. That was the natural conclusion. That was a lot of fun. Good work. And you as well. Congratulations, adventurers! You've successfully defeated the Pharaoh's escape room. I see you found your rewards as well. Please keep them. His stolen gems and coveted wealth are now yours to share. Now that he's mentioned it, what's in these bags we took? Is it chocolate coins? Yeah! I opened mine up. The gold coins inside are actually chocolate, and the gems are different flavoured hard candy. Haha, yes! Oh, yum! Thanks so much! Yeah, apparently it's not something for our we escaped the Pharaoh's curse photo thing. With our time written on the thing. After all our effort, these are counterfeit? You didn't expect actual gold, did you? We put our very lives at risk for artificial flavouring and sugar. Most people do. I have much left to learn about Earthians. If you have any allergies, please let me know. I'll happily adjust your prize. Unfortunately for me, disappointment is not an allergy. Sis! Brother! Lynn calls to us from across the lobby and runs over with Nabo and Andel. There you are! I've been deathly curious about your escape room. How did it go? There's a lot to get into. We should head out first, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. Did you two also acquire candy upon your success? We would have, if we had succeeded. Huh? Wait, you three failed your room? Terribly. I never dreamed I'd bring such shame upon Ormthorn. It's less that we failed, and more that Andy and Ned cheated until we got kicked out. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we didn't run into the time limit, and they're already out, but they failed, then how many rules did they break? We were allowed in with our Rubicons. Logic suggests we should have been allowed to use them. Rubicons? Egen indicates his wristwatch. That would be these. I laugh until my side hurts. Oh, that's delightful. I wondered about that in our room, to be honest. Good thing we never tried it. But I absolutely need to hear how things went on your end. My sister links arms with me as we stride towards the exit. Of course! It all started when Nab suggested that he... After everyone's filled in, and before it gets too late, our group gathers on the mothership. I think it'd be lovely to end this day with a walk along the beach. So let's get this evaluation thing over with. How did Lynn end up leading this? What happened with the group that was in our original room? I guess we'll never know. That's just how she is. That type of extrovert energy is impossible to win against. Andy, how do I bring down the panel? These buttons here. As the buttons chime and ping, I lean over to Egen. They're getting along well, huh? Yeah, and Belle's blushing. They seem closer than before. Right? Got any gossip, Nevo? Ever the strong silent type, he shrugs, then shakes his head. Familiar screen finally descends. Can I do the honors too? You may. Today's amendment score for day 3 of 3 is... Egen steps away long enough to hit the appropriate buttons. Numbers spin and turn on the screen. The end shows a 0. The second column is another 0. And number 1 falls into the final spot. Another 100! Excellent job, sis! Today, I learned how magnificent working as a team truly is. I'm used to delegation, so it was a stimulating experience. What wasteful formality. You had the same score all 3 days. I suppose I'm just that good? No, I'm pretty sure it's that Egen is really biased. Everyone stiffens when Nevo smiles. It's the first time he's shown an emotion other than boredom. Naps, that's illegal! Your appeal is off the charts when you smile. Wait, I made him laugh? Really? If we're done here, I suggest we eat. My last decent meal was breakfast, and I'm feeling it. Aw, Nabs, don't be like that. Already am. But your smile barely lasted a second. That I gave you a second is miracle enough. Will you smile again if we let you choose the restaurant? No. Please, Naps? Not you too. After a group dinner at a nearby restaurant, my sister encourages our party to walk along our city's beach. Handel, Nebo, and Lynn are ahead of us. Egan's walking slowly with me. Romantic walk along the beach. To avoid getting sand in our shoes, Egen and I walk barefoot along the water. The beach sunset is a pink and orange marvel. The gentle ebb and flow of the water, the easy breeze. It's so picturesque that I feel I'm dreaming. I reach a sandier portion and stop to stare out over the waves. Kalla. I stare beside me at Egen. While I have the chance, I wanted to thank you. These past 3 days have given me incomparable joy. It's been 3 days already? Yes, it has. Then our time together is... Egen nods wordlessly and stares at the sea. Thank you again. You've taught me much during my time here. Many were lessons that'll be pivotal should I reign. Now, I don't think I have renewed purpose thanks to you, Kalla. I mean that. I never went home out of fear that I may never meet my parents' high expectations, and I couldn't bear the idea of disappointing them. But even when I made a dreadful fool of myself, or failed, your patience and kindness with me persisted. It seems so simple now. The realization that I need not be perfect. Others have always made up for what I lack and will continue to do so. After spending time on this planet, I leave with the conviction that working together not only yields superior results, but is also more fulfilling. But Handel and Nabo shared how much your fleet has done for you. Yes, however, my calls were always final. I micromanaged everything down to the most minute detail, and I never processed how stressful that was. As such, please accept my sincerest gratitude. He smiles so warmly that my breath stops. I won't forget you. It dawns on me then that this is really it. The Orthonians leave tomorrow. No, Egen leaves tomorrow. Afterwards, it'll just be Lynn and me. No matter how many times I step outside or stare into the sky, I won't see Egen again. I have no hope of ever communicating with him once he returns to the vastness of space. Egen points toward the others. That's all I had to say. Shall we catch up with them? When I don't follow, he stares back at me. Kalla? It's so hard to breathe. I had so much fun today, but now I feel so heavy. Staring at him it's... On my next blink, Egan's blurry. Kalla, you... He steps forward and his hands come up. There's liquid pouring from your eyes. How do I make it stop? I'm going to miss you so much. So damn much. Egen pauses. I swipe at my tears, but they keep coming. And all the swallowing and sniffling worsens it. Oh, why was I so stubborn? I thought I'd be less sad when this time came around if I kept my distance, and yet... Egen manifests a handkerchief from his wristwatch and dabs at my eyes with it. What do I do? I'm going to miss you. I won't forget you either. He's losing the battle against my tears. Egen, Save button, save button. Yeah, I like you too. I'm an idiot. Why am I telling you this so late? I am only realizing it now. Ooh. He presses my face against his shoulder as he embraces me. A kiss falls on my forehead, then my brow. I warned you about saying awful things about my favourite person, remember? You're not late. You never could be. What do I do? I can't go with you. Lynn's here. My life's here. I understand how much you care about your sister. I will not separate you two, no matter how immense my desire. We'll stay in contact. There are numerous ways to do so. Don't you remember Greet Up? A laugh breaks up my sobs. Not that disastrous app. That fortuitous app allowed us to meet, but if you'd rather not use it... Egen removes his Rubicon with two deft clicks. He gently lifts my left wrist and clicks the device into place over it. The moment it's on, he taps 8 buttons in succession, and the tech transforms into an incredibly lightweight digital watch. I built this Rubicon myself. It'll serve you well, and no matter what, I'll always be a call away should you speak it. He hits several other buttons and walks me through the interface. There's a built-in distress signal as well. You'll have to press and hold this button here for 10 seconds, but I will come. However, keep in mind if you hit that button, I'll be coming back to conquer Earth for putting you in distress. I ugly sniffle, yet he's never looked more smitten. I'm going to message you every day. Please do. It's seriously going to be so many messages you'll flag me for spam. Why would I mistake your messages for canned meat? When I laugh that time, he grins. That one was on purpose. You knew what I meant. I did, and on occasion have. But since you laugh every time, I keep chasing that high, as Earthians say. He's adorable. So adorable that I reach out and tug him towards me. His soft lips meet mine, and he squeezes me closer like he can't get enough. He's really warm. It's ridiculous how safe and cherished I feel in his arms. For a long, warm moment, we linger there. Eventually, I ease back to collect myself. Aww! Egen gently kisses my forehead. A kaleidoscope of butterflies flutter in my stomach. Coloured by the setting sun, the affectionate gesture banishes the heaviness in my heart. Lynn's going to be jealous that we have a Rubicon and she doesn't. That's true. That's definitely true, given how excited she was about the ship. This quiet moment, I'll treasure it forever. Especially now that I'm certain it's one of many more to come. Ah, Plunchy was a success! Andy nabs the poppers! Egen and I glance over at the trio when the firecrackers go off. Coloured paper and confetti rain down over Egen and I. This is the only time I'll root for your happiness, Egen. Woohoo! Success! Grats. We didn't have time to break out the emergency... Sorry, we didn't have to break out the emergency water guns either. Can you three go away? You're interrupting our moment. And Hal yanks the string on another popper and showers Egen and I in more confetti. Embarrassing you is my sworn duty. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me, Andel. There's only one proper way to do things now. I snatch a popper from lid and snap it open over Andel. He screams as he's smothered in glitter and darts away. No! I specially made those poppers. I was going to glamorize Egan's quarters to an unbearable degree. Well, instead, it's your turn. Get him, Egen. It's Team Kalla versus Team Lynn. Oh, we're all going to end up covered in glitter. Egen lunges into action and seizes all the remaining firecrackers before anyone else can react. He tosses me my share, which I snap up. Nabo secures one of the water guns and slides behind a rock for cover. Mercy, please, it'll never come off. I'll help you clean off. Nabo fires the water gun at Andel, but each blast misses the heaping amounts of glitter on him. That was my mouth! You're doing that on purpose! Nabo! As much as this is a romance game, you want to see cheer all five of us. Yes, Andel covered in glitter. Nabo with a water soaker. Yeah. I'm going to bury you all in a vat of fish until your DNA changes! Grump. Quick, he's wide open! Got him. Enough! Lynn! Help! But she cracks one open on him too. Sorry! Love you! The betrayal! I tend to all our records, you cretins! Think of the books! The books! Oh no, the books will become full of glitter. Oh dear. That is a problem. Hey, credits. I mean, possibly Drag their definition of books might be different. But equally, I mean, they have to do a load of research about different planets, so I assume they have books from like other places and things as well. Slide an envelope onto my boss's desk. What is this? I thought you clocked out already. I rest my hands in my lap as I stare at my boss. She's seated across from me behind her desk. My resignation letter. She takes a deep breath and flips the envelope between us face down. Miss Reeves, you've built a promising career here. Are you sure about this? I've never been sure of anything in my life. Is this a 2-week notice? It's a today notice. I won't be coming in starting tomorrow. Considering you vanished from work for 3 days without a single phone call, I've been extremely lenient with you, and now this? With all due respect, things like this are why I'm quitting. You've brought that up countless times in the past 1.5 years as an excuse to make me do overtime. Unless you live under a rock, you'd know I was busy saving the planet during those 3 days. Why don't I reciprocate your honesty today and admit I don't believe you? I never have. You're too old for make-believe, Ms. Reeves. Aliens aren't real. Oh, our boss has been living under a rock, understood. I very much hope that Egan's here to pick us up from work. Admit you played hooky. Then I'll remove the demerits you received for those absences. Wow, that must be an angel to have dealt with this lady as her personal secretary for the past 5 years. You're about the only person on this planet who refuses to believe me. Thankfully, we won't be troubling one another anymore since I'm quitting today. I need you. Finish out the week and train your replacement. I appreciate what I've learned here, but today was my last day. As such, I won't be doing that. Besides, I've spent the past year settling everything that would have worried me during my travels. I vacate my seat and tilt my head just enough to be polite. Take care of yourself. She sits up in her seat, seemingly finally understanding I'm serious. Get back here, Reeves! I pivot and stride out of the door. Hey, Reeves! This is extremely unprofessional! I exit the building and stand on the sidewalk downtown. The sun's bearing down on me, but there's an occasional cool breeze. I quit. I'm finally free of that atrociously named building. Goodbye, office job, farewell, petty office politics, passive-aggressive emails, and all manner of people in positions that infuriatingly surpass their intelligence. I feel good today. Maybe I should get some ice cream before I set out for my trip. It's been 1 year and 6 months since the Orthonians departed. A lot has changed for me since then. Lynn and I own the house we used to rent. She initiated a buyout after her matchmaking business took off. Her work between Egen and I was the story of the century, according to journalists and news outlets. As she limited the information she shared with them, everyone wanted the scoop. She vlogged about it online instead. Between that and covering drama in various communities, her streaming gig took off. Although she was doing well, I stressed that I'd still work so we had a safety net. But since I said that, Lynn's whittled me down, as she always does. She apparently hates my boss too much for me to tough it out at Laura Ipsum Designers. A poorly named business she hates as much as I do. Heck, I worked there for 5 years and you still couldn't convince me it's not named that because someone forgot to change the dummy text on the sign. Whatever, it's no longer my circus, as I'm no longer their 9-to-5 monkey. As the older sibling, it's my pride and joy to be right. But I've surrendered to Lynn again. It feels liberating to be unemployed. I close the door behind me as I return home. Lynn's probably still streaming. Bestie, I had a stellar hangout with you today. Today's ED drink is my take on the dessert Eat a Mess. I pull up her stream on my phone as I overhear her in the kitchen. The chat zooms by with hundreds of cocktail emojis. a known signature for her, since sharing a drink recipe is her video-ending tradition. As always, I'll drop the recipe for this cocktail in the description. Mods are sharing links if you'll chill for a sec. Both joy and cocktail emotes fly by in the chat. This drink is summery, delicious, and best of all, pink. It's a crime to sleep on it. I want to hear all about it while discussing the next time's drama. Until then, sip on and carry on. The stream ends and my sister bounces out of the kitchen towards me. Welcome back! How'd it go? Did her face twist up like she ate 1,000 lemons? Kinda? She didn't believe I was quitting. Of course she didn't! You're a good egg that never took a sick day in the 5 years you worked for her. What matters is I'm free of her now. That may be so for you, but her office can't burn down fast enough for me. Don't say something so terrible. There are at least 2 good people who work there. Anywhoosie, when's brother-in-law coming? You're packed and ready to go, right? I am. What about you? I've been ready to go. I have 15 videos recorded and queued. Following our return from Orthon, I'll have so much to talk about. I'm sure your viewers will love it, but be sure you clear everything with Andel, okay? I wouldn't want her exposing Orthonian secrets on accident. I tap my Rubicon. Egen should be picking Lynn and I up in about 10 minutes. Yeah, she gets to come with us. There's no way she would let us go on our own, right? She's too excited about the alien stuff. I can't wait to see him. We've kept in touch, but I miss being with him in person. He should be on the way, but perhaps I should reach out first? Message him or trigger the distress beacon. Just a message, I think. I wonder what you two are texting each other. You're as red as a strawberry. Hush you. Long distance has been hard on Egen and I, but I'm lucky that we message one another every day. Plus, he calls me on Sunday nights, as if we're in the early 90s. I've had countless late nights where hanging up was the hardest thing to do. I miss him, so of course I flirt with him whenever the opportunity arises. He's adorable when he blushes, as he gives as good as he gets. We've gotten a bit too rowdy at times, as more often than not he's been reprimanded by Andel for turning the mothership towards Earth. There was one especially close call where he sent me detailed instructions on how to teleport to him using my Rubicon. Naturally, I told him he's more experienced with teleportation, and also that my bedroom is comfier. After I was screeched at by Andel, thanks to Egen's impromptu bedroom renovation, I've been containing myself. Egen, however, has taken this as an opportunity to relentlessly goad me. He'll be lucky if I don't tackle him on sight. I click past Egen's lovey-dovey messages and ask him where he is. There are about 2 minutes left for him to arrive on time. The house is shaking. I listen for the familiar hum of the mothership. Do you think he'll be late again? Her doorbell rings. Does that answer your question? Lynn crosses to the door, but Egen appears before me in a shower of particles and tugs me into a tight embrace. I squeeze him back, but it doesn't feel like enough. He's everything. The more of him I grab and pull against me, the closer he holds me. The piece of my soul I'd been without has finally returned. He cups my face in his palms as he eases back. Kalla, you're even more stunning than I remember you. Wretched script, how many times did I tell you to use the door? I'll be bald next month from all the stress you give me. Let him have his moment. As the official face of Ornthorn, he must carry himself with dignity. Handel's anger melts away like cotton candy in water the second he sees Lynn. Lynn? Hi, Andy. I'm glad to see you again. He turns so red and mute before her that I'm speechless. I suppose being down bad may just be an Ornthonian trait. I jolt when teeth graze my shoulder. Focus on me. I've longed to see you. I am. You embraced me before I could tackle you. And what comes after the tackling? Well, I guess we'll find out! I shift my weight and leap onto Egen. He's ready for it and uses all my momentum to scoop up all of me against him. I hope you'll enjoy your time on Ornthon. I'm both nervous and eager to show it to you. I'm sure it'll be amazing, if its ruler is any indication of what I can expect. He looks at me as if I'm his entire universe from the praise. I've warned you so many times not to look at me like that, you know? I'm weak to it. Like what? Tell me. His grin tells me he's doing it on purpose. Fetch their bags. We'll depart immediately. Yet, Egen carries my things himself up to the spaceship. My trip is supposed to be 6 months maximum, but now that I've seen him and confirmed how happy being with him makes me, I think I'll extend my stay for as long as I'm able. Hey, and we're done! What's in the special features? Ah, the credits. The CG gallery. Ooh, we're missing one. And the achievements, which obviously is... There is a lot of endings that we didn't get. So yeah, anyway. I'm gonna finish up here. If you guys want to see the other endings or that other CG, you can play the game yourself. It's free. And it's linked in the description box. So yeah. We are done. Thank you very much for coming. It's been so much fun. I have enjoyed this. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for the channel goes up both over there on social media and over here on YouTube in the post tab of the channel. The next scheduled stream is Wednesday, 7 PM, hopefully 7 PM. It might be slightly late because I think I'm supposed to be in the office. But that will be Pokemon Legends CA. Outside of demos, is this the shortest VN on stream yet? No! Well... I mean, we did a route in Sweet Valentine Chocolatier a lot faster. So I'm going with no. Anyway, hope to see you Wednesday or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya, bye bye.